Let me ask you something. What if manifestation isn't something you do, but something that happens naturally? When you align with what's already true, what if the struggle, the chasing, the endless affirmations have only been distractions from a deeper power already living within you? What if the seeking was just a delay, a divine pause, meant to show you that the power was never outside of you, but in the remembrance of what's always been within? What if you've been running toward what's been quietly waiting inside you this entire time? What if it's not about saying the right words, but in becoming the word? What if the most potent manifestation is not in forcing things to bend to your will, but in returning to the truth of who you are? Here it is. You don't have a manifestation problem. You have a remembrance problem. You've forgotten who you are. You've been trying to manifest through your own effort, when your true power comes through alignment with the mind of God. Not hustle, but harmony. Not force, but flow. You were never meant to beg for breakthroughs. You were meant to become the place where breakthroughs happen. Because you are not separate from God's power. You are it. The infinite intelligence that governs this universe is the same intelligence that breathes through your lungs, thinks through your thoughts, and moves through your being. This is not a metaphor. This is spiritual law. And when you truly align with this intelligence, you don't need to try to manifest. You become a portal of manifestation itself. Money, miracles, ideas, relationships, healing. They flow not because you chase them, but because you became one with the source of them all. This is the God mind. And once you remember it, nothing stays the same. What does alignment really mean? Alignment is not perfection. It's permission. It's the conscious choice to stop striving and start remembering, to stop trying to earn your power and start living from the truth that it's already yours. Most people think alignment means getting it all right. No, alignment means getting in the right relationship with what's already true about you. Here's what that looks like. It's the moment you stop thinking God is outside of you and realize God is the intelligence within you. It's when prayer shifts from asking to receiving, from begging to becoming. Alignment is not a spiritual to-do list. It's not something you check off. It's a frequency you live from. A state of being where you and infinite intelligence are not two, but one. And from that oneness, you don't create out of fear. You create from fullness. You don't hustle to be chosen. You move because you already are. When you align with the God mind, you begin to live differently. You speak with authority, not anxiety. You act with clarity, not confusion. You manifest with ease, not effort. This is not magic, it's divine memory. You're not becoming someone new. You're remembering who you've always been. And from that memory, manifestation is no longer a desire. It's your natural expression. So, why aren't you manifesting? Let's go deeper. Why aren't your manifestations showing up? It's not because you're doing something wrong. It's not because you're unworthy or broken or forgotten. It's because you're still living as if you're separate from God, the source of all creation. You're still praying like the power is far away, still affirming like you're trying to convince the universe, still chasing as if what you want isn't already yours in spirit. This is the illusion. The lie of separation is the root of all spiritual struggle. Because when you believe you're disconnected from the Creator, you act like you're disqualified. You beg, you wait, you strive, but you don't need to chase what you already carry. Infinite intelligence isn't something you visit. It's something you embody. The reason manifestation feels delayed is because you haven't aligned. You haven't remembered. You're trying to create from personal power instead of divine identity. The God mind doesn't manifest through hustle. It manifests through harmony. So the real block isn't outside you. It's the belief that the power is. But once you dissolve that illusion, once you come back into alignment, everything changes. You stop asking for the light. You realize you are the light. How to align with infinite intelligence, the 3 A's. So, how do you actually align with the God mind? There's a clear spiritual technology, simple, powerful, and direct. It's made up of 3 steps: awareness, acceptance, and application. Let's break them down. Awareness. You begin by becoming aware. Aware that God is infinite intelligence, the source of all wealth, wisdom, miracles, creativity, and life. This intelligence isn't just out there, it's in you, as use through you. Awareness is waking up from the lie of lack and seeing reality through the eyes of the infinite. This is the foundation. Awareness is the spark, but acceptance is the surrender. It's not just knowing that God is intelligence, it's accepting that you are one with it. No resistance, no fear, no earning. Acceptance means reclaiming your divine identity and standing in the truth that you were born chosen, born powerful, born connected. You don't become worthy, you realize you always were. Now, the application of this truth. Now, you move. Not from ego, from intelligence. You let this power guide your thoughts, shape your speech, direct your actions, fuel your creativity, lead your decisions, and flow into your manifestations. Application is where alignment becomes embodiment. You don't just know the truth, you live it. This is how manifestation becomes automatic. This is how you move from concept to reality, from spiritual idea to physical demonstration. Awareness opens the eyes. Acceptance opens the heart. Application opens the heavens. The promise of the God mind, what alignment unlocks. So what happens when you walk in the God mind? When you stop chasing and start channeling? When you no longer ask for signs? Because you've become the sign. This is the promise of alignment. This is the shift from manifesting by force to manifest by nature. You don't just manifest wealth. You embody abundance and wealth follows. You don't just attract opportunities. You become a vortex of purpose and doors open themselves. You don't just speak affirmations. You speak from truth and reality reshapes around your words. This is not magic. It's not a miracle. It's the law. When you align with infinite intelligence, you no longer wait for blessings. You walk as one. You no longer strive for answers. You carry revelation. You don't wait to be qualified. You move because you are chosen. Everything begins to shift. Clarity replaces confusion. Provision replaces panic. Vision replaces fear. And your presence becomes power. Because you're no longer showing up as you're showing up as God in motion. This is not the ego's fantasy. It's your spirit's memory. The God mind doesn't make you better. It returns you to what was always true. You are the vessel. You are the voice. You are the visible expression of the invisible source. So, when you walk in the God mind, you don't try to manifest. You become a portal for divine expression. Wealth, wisdom, ideas, provision. It all flows, not because you chase it, but because you aligned with what was always yours. Let this be your invitation back to your true nature. You are not here to try harder. You are here to remember, to align, to live. This is not self-help. This is soul remembrance. This is not striving. This is spiritual science. This is the God mind. And it's time to live from it. So for the next 7 days, don't chase. Don't beg. Don't try to manifest. Instead, align. Each morning, say this: I am one with infinite intelligence. I remember who I am. I create from alignment, not effort. Then walk like it. Speak like it. Make decisions like it. You don't force blessings when you're aligned. You become a frequency for them. Because when you align, you don't try to manifest. You become the portal for manifestation. So here it is. Align, remember, and manifest. This is the God mind. Practice this and watch what happens. Then get back to me. Share your experience. Reach out. I want to hear what awakened in you.